Hello, everyone. My name's Tom Howard, and welcome to the very first video that I have on my YouTube channel, Tommy Topper Voiceover. I'm excited to bring this to you because this is a chronicle of the journey that I am about to embark on voiceover. I'm going to share with you the truth about what it's like to get into voiceover, to learn from some of the best instructors in the business, and what's really involved with buying equipment, putting together a studio that you can actually record in, or a closet that you can record in, because that works too. We're going to talk about microphones. We're going to talk about room treatment. We're going to talk about all the things that come together to make your voiceover business a success. I hope. We're going to find out as you follow along with me. Now, to tell you a little bit about me, I was a DJ back in the 70s, and it was a lot of fun. I loved doing it. I even had a travel disco with one of Mad Martin Productions' crews. And we played in all the high schools back in the 70s and put a lighted dance floor together. So you can imagine quite a history there as far as that goes. But that was in the 70s and very early 80s. I went on to advertising at the Green Sheet in Houston. I went from the Green Sheet to the Houston Chronicle and was on the automotive street staff, where I met the Gilman companies and became their advertising director in I believe it was 85 to 87, somewhere in there. And Mr. Gilman died in 89, and Ramsey and Barton Gilman came in and said, Tom, we're restructuring and we're going to have to let you go. And then they put my secretary in the position I had, and I think she's still there, so I wish her the best. But it was a rude awakening. I went home with my tail between my legs and said, what am I going to do now? And my mother was a nurse, so she said, go to nursing. I said, I don't want to be a nurse. And she said, well, look into the field. You'll always have a job. So I did. I researched it, and in 1989, I went to EMT school. Then in 1990, I went to paramedic school and became a paramedic. Worked as a paramedic until 2008, and then from 2008 to now, I've been a registered nurse in the ER. It was a nice transition, and I've been taking care of people since 1989. That's a long time. And in the back of my mind, I always wanted to be a voiceover artist. When I was at the Gilman companies, we hired people to do voiceover work. I put together storyboards. We did all kinds of really neat things for somebody to learn. And Clyde Burleson, that was with Metzdorf Marshak, he's the one that the Gilmans hired to train me, to teach me about things other than radio and newspaper, because I knew a little bit about those, but I'd never put storyboards together, anything like that. So that's a little bit about my background. For the last several years, I've had that desire, that burning in the back of my mind. Go chase your dream. Don't let it go. And so here I am in my 60s, and I'm starting a voiceover business. Now, one of the things that I want to go over with you in the classes that I'm not classes, because I'm not an instructor, but in the videos that I'm going to do, where you can get training, how important it is to get your name in front of your instructor and have that instructor guide and teach you. Now, I went to the voiceover beard. That was the very first class I took when I got back in the business, and he is awesome. He has a whole video series. It's less than $2,000. I think it's like $1,500 or so, but you get everything, and you can go back and rewatch the videos, and he upgrades them and changes them with the times, and you still get access to them for life. So it's a one-time cost, and you're done. You also have a Facebook page that you can go on. Another alternative that I am currently involved in and taking classes with is a voiceover academy and a voiceover journey. Anthony Pica is the instructor for them, and he's headed it up, and he has done a phenomenal job. He's got an actual voiceover academy where you can go in if you need voiceover work and hire one of his students. He has the demos, he's put together demo pages. It's a voiceover journey, and Anthony Pica and all the instructors he has working for them are top notch. They're good people, they work hard, they care about your success, and Anthony does everything he can to market the voiceover journey so that people will actually have work. One thing I have noticed in all the classes, from Bill DeWeese, I've taken his classes. He's an excellent instructor. From his classes to Anthony Pica to VoiceOver Beard, it doesn't matter what you do if you don't do demos and get your work out there. You've got to put your demos out there. So don't do like me. I've been working on this for over 2 years. And I got bogged down in branding because I watched the voiceover Beard. And even though he said don't get bogged down in branding, all I could see was his beard and his pearly white teeth. And he's talking to you about commercials and all the things he does. And I thought, man, that is memorable. You kind of get attracted to it because you're thinking, who's above the mustache? What does he look like? And it pulls you in. It's a great branding idea. And that's why he's so successful, I think. Not to mention he has a great voice. But in today's day and time, you don't have to be Randy Radio to be able to get a job and be successful. I've seen people get jobs time and time again that are students in my classes that I attend, that they are just normal, everyday people, but they took the time to learn the skills, they kept in a class, they kept taking advice from instructors, and they got all the classmates' feedback, and all they did was what the instructor said to do, and that's make videos and get them out there. 10-second videos, audio videos, so people can hear your voice, of course. But it's 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds. It doesn't matter the length. What matters is people get to hear your voice, and they get to decide whether or not you're the type person they want to brand their product with. I tell you what, I am so excited to start this journey. I will go over my journey with you. Just know that I am not an instructor. Those guys are special people. They take a lot of effort and time to learn the craft, and then they share all their knowledge with us. So I am not going to come off as some kind of instructor. I'm just a regular guy who wants to be a voiceover artist, who's wanted to be a voiceover artist for 40 years. So stick with me as I go through my journey. Maybe you can pick up some helpful hints or websites that I've been on, or if you have a question, ask me. I probably won't know all the answers, definitely won't know all the answers, but I know really smart people now that I can send you to. We're going to go over how I built my booth from a closet to a 10 by 10 studio, and we'll just go through all the pieces of equipment, the interfaces that I used and the ones that I had the most success with, all the way to setting up your DAW, your digital audio workstation, which you can really get bogged down in that. So certain things are time eaters that you cannot learn overnight. And that's what I want you to remember. Take a deep breath. Go easy on yourself. Because if you're like me, and I had experience in advertising, but if you're like me, you're going to need time to absorb all this new information. When I started, you would have spent thousands and thousands of dollars to do what you can download for less than $100 on your computer. We're so fortunate to be in voiceover in this time, especially just coming out of COVID, because look at all the people that were sitting at home. Wouldn't it have been nice if you would have been in the voiceover industry and you could have worked from home and kept your full-time hours the whole time without being exposed to any viruses? Whew. Okay, guys. Thanks for joining me. I hope you'll enjoy my journey. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment so that I'll know you're watching, and I'll even do shout outs when I do a live. Okay, but for now, Tom Howard, aka Tommy Topper, will see you next time right here with voiceover beginning, and we'll see how it goes. Take care, guys. I hope to see you soon.